Hi all, it's Stacy. Thank you for joining me today on Wednesday Wisdom. Today we're going to just start from the beginning, the very beginning, literally, beginning of time, and the beginning of my book series, which started with Ocean's Fire, and the kickoff concept of the three books is the idea of the Divine Sophia. And I know I've talked about Divine Sophia before, but she's worth repeating. It's worth repeating about Sophia because she is so amazingly awesome. And so if you've heard this before, please bear with me. If not, then it's new to you, so that's great too. Sophia in the agnostic texts, this is pre-Greek mythology, Sophia. Yes, Sophia is most definitely the goddess of wisdom, and that's why I titled Wednesday Wisdom for Sophia. But she's so much more than that. And predating the Greek mythology, Sophia is the idea in Christian mysticism and the agnostics and pre-Bible era of 6,000 years ago, is the idea of God's counterpart as Sophia, female, Holy Spirit to some, basically the feminine face of God is what they believed and what they embraced as a concept. They meaning the mystics in ancient Christian mysticism and agnostics and things like that. So when I had started doing my research for the books, and I came across this concept of the feminine face of God, it completely stopped me in my tracks, because I was raised Catholic and God was very male and very judgmental and very everything that Sophia is not. And so when I read that there could be a feminine face of God besides Mother Mary, it was really life-altering for me in every good way possible. And I encourage you to explore and research the idea of the Divine Sophia, because it's a vast topic, and she became a character in my books, and what I really based my stories around. I loved the idea of incorporating ancient concepts, ancient truths, things that have been hidden by history on purpose to keep the human being small. That was, for me, I was bent on bringing these concepts back and breathing new life into them and giving them a voice. And so that's what I did in my three books. And so today I'm talking about Ocean's Fire, which is this Ocean's Fire. And I think in my video it's backwards, but you know what this is. Because it's the first one and it's our first introduction to Sophia, right? And so the thing that I really wanted, the idea, the subject that I really wanted to bring across in all three books is a woman's journey through her life. We start out as these stupid girls who give our power away to the men who give us a little extra attention, and for whatever reasons, for whatever holes we're trying to fill, we lose ourselves in our relationships. We give ourselves away, and it's all a learning process. And hopefully at some point in our lives, we grow beyond that. Can only hope, right? But the thing about women that are different than men is that women access their spiritual wisdom through their bodies. I mean, we have this vehicle for a reason. And it's our body that we use to connect to God. And spoiler alert, I'll give you a little extra here. Men connect to God through women. And the whole act of sexual intercourse and connecting with a woman spiritually and emotionally, and the closeness, the bond between men and women, I'm really getting ahead of myself, is one of the ways, not the only way, one of the ways to really connect to God and the universe and something bigger than ourselves. But that is a whole completely other topic that I will get to later. And so if you just think about that for a moment, that women connect to their spiritual wisdom through their bodies, yet our history has given us a lousy roadmap on how to do that. If anything, it's given us the opposite. It's given us shame and blame. Women are blamed from the Bible and up. Women have been blamed for absolutely everything, and all of the sin and all of the devil, everything. And so that for me too, to hear a concept where women were revered and honored and their bodies were considered sacred and loved and worshipped. I'm not looking for worship, but hey, it sounds nice, and so, and so it made me think, was this done on purpose? And it absolutely was done on purpose by the early church fathers, because they knew how powerful the female body was. They knew how powerfully connected women are to spirit, to the universe, to God. I'll use the word God, but you can insert your favorite word for the divine, the world that is outside what we see, to connect to the unseen world. Women, we've got it. We've got that connection that we have vastly untapped. So that was another reason why I just wanted to write about these topics, because one, I was pissed, right? That I was like, oh my God, all this time we've just been kept under wraps, that the enormity of the power within us has been kept from us, has not been taught absolutely everywhere. And the actual opposite is true, that we've been taught the opposite, that we need a go-between to get to God. We need a man to complete ourselves. We're not whole without another. And so it was really infuriating, and I had to process a lot of that anger, which I have done. But so here's me super excited to remind you of your inherent power within your own body. It is sacred and it is beautiful and so unbelievably amazing. And it's time to remember it, and it's time to use it the best that you can. Use your abilities, connect to your internal compass, what your heart's really desiring. And go for the life that you came here to have. So that was really the impetus for my books, right? And so over the course of the three, there are so many other topics, but the one overarching, Sophia and our body and the sacredness of who we are as women, and our power and our extraordinary capabilities, light me up. And I really want to convey that to you and help you really get it, and believe in that part of yourself that is pure magic and pure radiance. And so that was really, really the main reason I wrote these books. I have some notes, so I'm just going to look over them quickly. I have so many, and I've only really talked about two things. One book that changed my life, I wrote on my website about 3 different books that changed my life. And the third book of that bunch was Goddesses and Older Women by Shinoda Bolen. Extraordinary, life-changing. Aside of philosophy classes in college, I hadn't really done a lot of diving into archetypes, and she really explores them beautifully in her books. And it spoke to me in a way that I was like, wow, this is me. Like her words and how she was describing different archetypes of a woman's journey through her life really spoke to me. And I highly recommend that book. Highly recommend it. Hopefully it will speak to you. If not, just watch my videos and then I'll give you the cliff notes. But I really do recommend that book. But I just really wanted to mention it. And we've been taught as women to be passive, and passivity is fine in balance. The feminine energy in a person is the receptivity, being the passivity in a good way, in allowing things to come to you. But we've overstepped in that direction. And the opposite is the masculine energy within the person, which is the action, right? So I'm inviting you to take some action toward whatever change you want to make in your life. I don't want you to think that you can't, or it's hopeless, or you're not deserving, because you totally are. And life has been really hard lately, really hard. And the best thing that we can do is to look at the trials in our life as taking our lumps. No one gets out of it lump free, and trying to find the lesson in the pain, because there always is one, and learning from it, and then moving forward, releasing, doing the whole release process, the forgive process, which is huge, and heal process, the closure, going through all of that to then move forward as a stronger, more whole person. And for me, I've really taken to my creativity as a spiritual practice, my writing, my connection to the spirit world, God, as my like I'm the straw between God and Mother Earth, and allowing that creativity to flow through me. And that is what really lights me up and fills me up every day. So that's why I'm super excited for these videos. So thank you for tuning in. I won't keep you any longer. This is already going on too long. I'm trying to keep them to 10 minutes, but let me know if this resonates with you, if it's helpful. Another thing that you can do is to join a support group. I think everyone needs a support group. A group of like-minded people who share your enthusiasm for something, for anything, whatever it might be. I've taken up triathlon training, and so I'm joining a cycling group. And I'm also, it's interesting, finding triathletes are really awesome people, really supportive, and just want you to succeed as much as they want themselves to succeed. There's no real competition because everybody is just competing with themselves. So all of that competition-y kind of really low vibration that brings down an environment isn't there, and it's just so refreshing. But anyway, so join a group. I'm actually starting a group on my Facebook page to connect, and I'm even going to be running some local groups where I live, just to connect people to a group of people who want to support each other in their dreams instead of compete with each other because they feel that there's a lack or not enough to go around. There's plenty to go around. And when you realize that there is no competition to be you, it frees you up to be you. But everyone needs support. right? Everyone needs support to be you. So I'm looking to help support you to be the best you that you can be. So this was about Sophia, and I always go off on tangents, but I hope it was helpful. And please let me know if you would be interested in a group setting, because that's what I'm just in the process of developing now. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on Fiction Friday. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.